Welcome to Special Report on Agricultural Research Council of Nigerian Television. My name is Joshua Ishaya, your host. Today on Special Report, we'll be looking at the youth training on aquaculture Day 1. The Economic Community of West African State, ECOWAS, in collaboration with the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, ARCN, holds training of youth on Agro-Silvo, Pastoral and Halietic value chain, a model of aquaculture. The 3-day event, which was segmented into 3 sections, where the Day 1 comprised participants and beneficiaries who are new in aquaculture as they were taught the principles of aquaculture and introduced to fingerlings production. During the opening ceremony, the Executive Secretary of Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, Professor Hamidu Garba-Shaributu, who was represented by Dr. Anju Makida, the Director of Livestock, Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria. Dr. Anju Makida admonished the participants to use the golden opportunity to make the training count.
Training on aquaculture. One of the mandates of Agri Research Council of Nigeria is the coordination, supervision, and regulation of agricultural research, training, and extension carried out by our National Agricultural Research Institutes and Federal Colleges of Agriculture, and to a wider extent, the National Agricultural Research System. So virtually we take care of all issues concerning training, particularly agricultural training is within our purview. So you are in the right place. The Agricultural Research Council also keyed into the agenda of this administration, which included provision of food security, poverty eradication, and job creation, among others. And this is one of the focal points that we want to see that we have achieved a lot for this administration, even as an institution that is in charge of agricultural research in Nigeria. When you observe, you find out the fisheries subsector contributed about 1.16% of the national gross domestic product in 2021 and about 0.47% in 2022. And also statistics have shown that Nigeria is currently Africa's 3rd largest producer of fish in Africa, with about 1.16 million metric tons of production. So you can see that with the vast resources that we have, water resources, human resources, we can achieve a lot in this country, even concerning the fisheries and aquaculture in general. Agriculture creates year-round employment when you look at it, and also it's also a source of cheap protein, unlike other animals that may be difficult, to handle, particularly by the poor people. But this one, the poor people can access it easily, and even its production doesn't need a lot of resources, unlike other animals or livestock. And then it creates year-round job, then support resilient working waterfronts and communities, and can provide sustainable economic growth to the nation. So this is very critical. Fisheries subsector, we need to develop it, and we need to utilize it as it is now. Fish remains one of the most important diets in Nigeria and also source of protein. When you go to the market now, you'll find out that a kilo of maybe poultry, beef, and so on, is very hard for the common man to access all those sources of protein. But fish, like I said earlier, the poor people can easily, access it. And even by the value of the fish, you'll find out that the issue of cholesterol and so on and so forth that we normally encounter in other livestock, is very, very minimal in fish. So you can see very good source of protein for livelihood, for our even health, And also, agriculture is a lucrative business in Nigeria. It's a business that you can do, and get a very good return. So this opportunity is not an opportunity that we can just, get the training and just leave it like that. So it is my prayer that after this extensive training, on fisheries and aquaculture, you utilize this opportunity also for self-employment. Nigeria now, we have a lot of unemployment, a lot of issues, a lot of difficulties in life, One needs a source where you can get something for your livelihood so that you depend less on other people, and also you contribute your own quota to the economic development. So this is an opportunity, you utilize it, knowledge is power. Once you have the knowledge, other things will come to you. If it is the resources, you can look for the resources to start small, and within a very short time. Those big farmers that you are seeing, most of them start small, but now they're giants, in their own rights. So I want to also charge you that you use this golden opportunity. I call it golden because it's not always easy like that to get such type of training. Sometimes we spend a lot of money personally to get even the training, but this one is coming to you, by courtesy of the National Agricultural Research System. So I implore you to use this opportunity, and also you can extend it, also the training, to others that you feel they can benefit out of it.
Dr. Charity Obeta, who doubles as the Acting Director of Aquaculture and Fisheries of the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria and also the Coordinator, National Center of Specialization in Aquaculture, says ECOWAS fashioned out the training to create employment and empower the youth for food security in the areas of fisheries and aquaculture, thereby reducing the high rate of unemployment in the country and West Africa at large.
For making this training realistic, very possible. I thank all the directors who are here. Dr. Shaibu Aliyu, the Director, Planning and Research Statistics, and I thank our Director of Admin here seated. I thank the head of Sabico, Dr. Mrs. Ndemeka Ihegwagu. Thank you all for coming. This initiative actually was sponsored by Economic Community of West African States, Aquaculture, ECOWAS. They have identified the need for youth in Africa to be empowered. It is not only in Nigeria, it is done in most of the West African states. This training was done here last year, and we saw some representations from other African states, from Ghana, Mali, Niger. They all came here to participate. But because we were not able to plan that, so other African countries were not able to come this time. But it's sponsored, it's a regional program. It's not a national program. So you count yourselves lucky to be here. This is just a segment of the program. The program is divided into 3 segments. So this is the first segment. Tomorrow we shall be receiving another set of people. And day after tomorrow, the same. So I would enjoin us to take it seriously, please. We have our facilitators coming from different parts of the country. Our AOMC, don't look at him as a small person. He's a very big person. If you go to his institution, before you see him, just like he said, you will feel very lengthy form before you'll be able to see him. Okay, so he's here cheaply, and you're seeing him without cost. So whatever you want to tap from him. He is coming all the way from Lagos, one of our institutions, Nigerian Institute for Oceanography and Marine Research. And we have some other ones. They traveled all the way. You know where New Musa is? New Musa is in Niger State, the remotest part of Niger State. They traveled all day. They arrived there very late. back training on us. That's why we have to take this training seriously. We have Dr. Mrs. Ibio, Dr. Moses, Dr. Belisa. Most of them took the pains of traveling on the road, even with this security challenge era. Just in fact knowledge, please, you have to pay attention. And then we are training you. You're lucky. It's just not for you to just go and sit down. Because we cannot reach out to everybody. How many are we in Nigeria? Over 200 million. Okay, and we're just training about 120, over 120. It is for you to go back to your various homes, practice what you have learned, and then train your friends, train your neighbor, train your siblings, train others. So you are our focal presence. When you go, you train others. So it's a kind of trainer that we are doing. Okay, so as we're here, I enjoin us to calm down, no noise, and make use of this coding opportunity that has been presented to us by ECOWAS and Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria.
The first training of the 3 days event was a presentation by Dr. Moses Yisa on the principles of aquaculture entrepreneurship and establishment of aquaculture farms.
In open waters with their canoes and what have you, fish farming, all trawlers, all put together is fishes. So I want it to be very clear to us. Can we go ahead? We now want to come to what do we mean by entrepreneur and entrepreneurship. Entrepreneur is a person who undertakes the risk of starting a new business venture. That is an entrepreneur. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. And I want to tell you that today, the boy is not doing any government work. He's well settled. Well, I don't drive the kind of car he's driving. You know, young man, when you make first money, the first thing is a beta. And by 30th of this month, he's going to marry. We're in touch. So he is making money. He's an entrepreneur. He's thinking about things, how we can convert things to money. Just like we have been taught by the ears, there's no job anywhere. So you have to think. You have to think. You have to think to create wealth. So entrepreneurship is the ability and readiness to develop, organize, and run a business enterprise, along with any of its uncertainty. There may be risk. But if you start entrepreneur is not worried about risk. He knows there is risk. He's always thinking there will be a way out when he gets to the crossroads. You know, the profit is more in his heart than the risk or the failure. A lot of us, what you think about first is the failure. No, as an entrepreneur, no, you move ahead. He's always thinking there will be a way for him. The most prominent example of entrepreneurship, for example, is the starting of a new business. For example, adding value to fish products. When we are doing what, I think, Doctor, I don't know whether you remember, people came with a lot of initiative. Moringa, we learned medically it's very good, isn't it? And then people think, let's mix it, a little bit of it with fish egg, so that it will attract people to it. Because some people don't like the taste or something, you know. People came up with idea of fish cake, fish crackers, you know. So this entrepreneurship idea that will come to mind under critical situation of thinking. You think about something and you think about how you will make money out of it, isn't it? Don't go ahead. There are principles behind every business you want to do. Every business, any business. You don't just run into it. There are principles you need to follow if you really want to do well or strive well in that business. Please, you are distracting us. Can you do quickly? Thank you. Number one, you have to have passion. you have passion for what you are doing. For example, by the grace of God, I'm a director. Maybe you don't sit in my office. I want to say that don't put yourself in the same shoe with another person. An entrepreneur do not do that. Somebody may be getting money maybe easily than you, but that is your part. So you have to make up your mind and have passion for what you are doing. Is it okay? Number two, okay, passion will always, you remember the passion you had when you wake up and say to yourself, I will make a difference. Making a difference, you have to be strong. You have to be courageous with whatsoever you want to do. Love what you want to do. I was telling some of our technical officers, they want to be, I don't know if you have that problem in your place, they want to equilibrate themselves with the research officers. I told them, you are not a research officer. You are employed as a technical officer. Operate as a technical officer. There is a guy in my place of work. He's into water quality. He's a technical officer. No matter what the institute want to do, they have to involve him because he has built himself professionally in that area. This is what we call, maybe we have to move to a farm for practical things. They don't call them, they call this technical officer because of the level of his knowledge in the area. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. It's all right. And then you have to humble yourself. Humility will lift you up. Because you are humble, you bring yourself down to know. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. You have to humble yourself so that you can learn. So that you can have knowledge. Somebody is talking one thing about something that you have just little knowledge. Before you know what is happening, you have overtaken the person. You are not humble. And the person is a professional in that area. You will just keep quiet. Me, I will just keep quiet. So what you are supposed to go with to add value to your life, because you are not humble, you won't get it. And you miss one critical thing that you needed to add to what you are doing to lift you up. So, know when to ask for help. Don't think you can do it all. Know when to say no and always keep your feet on ground. Believe in yourself, but don't think you are the only person try or doing what you are doing. Some other people are doing what you are doing better. So why not just pull down so that you can act, so that yourself will be better than what you think you are. And then you have to take responsibility. Be responsible for everything. Don't blame others, but be responsible for each decision you make. You have to own it and make sure you understand the responsibility you have with yourself, your family, your community, and your country. Whatever you do, try to make someone beside you happy. You know, that it's likely that there's going to be more input if you make somebody happy. Your staff, don't think you're just up there and you belittle them. After all, maybe they're the one doing the job. You are just directing them what to do. By the time they refuse to do the job, you are failed. Is that not? Even when it's not convenient and you want to give them a tax, they will honor. Isn't it? But if you say, as if you are the one to say, don't mind water, okay, we'll go see you next time now. Is it okay? I hope we are learning something. I want us to learn something. Because we are going into fish farming so that we can apply our entrepreneurship ideas to fish farming. Is it okay? You have to be patient. Things take time. Don't think because you have a logo, a website, or Facebook page, you will be selling like coffee. Be patient. Don't lose your long-term goals. But make sure every step and decision brings you closer to your goal. A lot of us, when we try it first time, it's not working, we are discouraged. No, don't be discouraged. For example, you stock your fish first time and the profit margin was very small. Say, this business cannot be lucrative. This business cannot be good. You start to complain. Before you know what is happening, you are out. No. Try to think, why did I fail? Where did I went wrong? What happened to this? What happened to that? Ask questions. And then you sit down and re-strategize. So that you are able to to fill some gaps where we have failed during the course of doing it for the first time. Thank you. I'll go ahead. You can apply your entrepreneurship ideas into fish farming, just like I've said earlier. Entrepreneurship opportunities can be created in the following areas of fish farming activities. For example, fingerlings, fish seed production. You may just decide to say, okay, I'm going into fish seed production. I'm not doing any other thing. I want to be producing fingerlings for people to come and buy. Some of us from New Busa knows how lucrative it is. I was asked to come with some fingerlings while I was coming. I want to tell you, it was not easy. It's highly marketable. When you produce, people buy, people buy, people buy. You know, I have to use my influence in our archery to be able to get the one they even kept for somebody. And when you look at them, they are not even, because people want to buy no matter the size. Say, I will give me, I will go and nose them. So if you are waiting, you won't. So I think it's also a very good area of investment. And people are doing a lot of things to get results. There are many approaches of producing fish. But what is important is for us to follow the normal practice and get results. Isn't it? I was going to Onitsha, and we have to sleep at a lorry. We are carrying some fish. I was contacting my boys there to know a farm where I will keep the fish to produce, to proceed the following day. And we were introduced to this farm, and we kept our fish. And the following day, we came, and the man was there. I was interacting with him, because we believe when you produce fish, fingerlings, you keep them in your hatchery for at least a week. Let the fry be strong a little bit to withstand the outdoor stress before you take them out. But the guy told me, he said, Oga, this farm you are seeing, I've operated it, I'm retired, I've operated it for about 30 years. No profit. But something came to my mind. So what he's doing, by the time you produce the fish, you know, we believe at least the first 3 days, they are carrying their yoke, you don't feed them. The 4th day. What he's doing is that the 3rd day or the 4th day, you move them from indoor to outdoor. And what surprised us was that he's not just moving them to a manageable 18 pond. Very big 18 pond of about 20 meters by 15. And the guy told us, he said, Oga, why not leave this fish? He said, no, Oga, no, I'm getting results. He said, it's me and my son. Early in the morning, around 5, around 6, you just come to the edge of the pond and he's feeding them. Of course, we talk about humility in entrepreneurship. I was also learning. And he told me, any day I want to sample them. He said, you see those boys smoking weed there by junction when you are coming to my house. I'll just take 3, 4 of them. They help us to drag. By the time I remove jumpers and settle them, they will go away. You see, this is creativity, isn't it? This creativity. In fish production, that's what we call fish hatchery management. If it's very effective, we talk about fish breeding, fingerling production, sales of fish, like marketing of fish. Like in New Busa, there are these guys. They don't have farm, they don't have anything, because what we are producing is not enough. They will go to Lagos Axis, Abeokuta, and what have you. They buy fingerlings, plenty of it, and bring it, move it to New Busa, and customers come to buy. And I want to tell you, that's where they are feeding from. He knows it, you see he's shaking it. That's where they are feeding from, living comfortably, married. Some of them have rented houses for people. I want to say you're privileged. Don't misuse this opportunity.
Some of the beneficiaries who spoke to our correspondent could not hide their appreciation as they were delighted to be selected in the training.
Well, I feel happy and delighted because long before now I've been looking for an opportunity like this to learn, but then because of the high cost of the training, I've not been able to do that, but with this opportunity given to me, I think I'm very happy, and I'm happy to be part of this. And I want to say thank you to ARCN.
It's superb. It's very, very good. I know I have little idea on it, but I came here at least to add more knowledge of at least what agriculture is all about. And a lot of topics have been treated, which is very important, especially for the lay people, that maybe they don't have any idea they want to start. You understand? And that's it.
Actually, this is my first time learning about fish production. Okay, since I came for the program, I've learned a lot. I learned from the different business you can go into, fish farming, and the types of fish and their production method, how they breed, and their different how long you can have them to get them to table size, and the fun part is how to fertilize fish.
My name is Isaac. I am one of the participants in this aquaculture training for youth. It's a pleasure to be one of them. There is a saying that learning starts from the day you are born till the day you die. I'm happy that I have learned so much from hatching, taking care of my fish, feeding them, preparation for fish pound, stages, factors to consider before you establish fish farming. And the people who took us in training, they have vast experience. And those areas that we were having challenges, we asked them questions and they clarify us. And in the event of the program, we are going to be learning how to smoke fish, how to export our fishes when you smoke them. It's a very big program. Most of Nigerian youth should come and learn these skills, because it's something that when you learn it, you will not be depending on government to give you a job. You will start from somewhere.
On that note, we come to the end of the day one training of youth on Agro-Silvo, Pastoral and Halietic value chain, a model of agriculture, which was facilitated by the Economic Community of West African States in collaboration with the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria. My name remains Joshua Ishaya. Many thanks for staying through. Bye for now.